The lion said, I am king and I reign. The lion said, I am king in this range. No more king must be in this backyard. The lion said, I am king and I reign. Elephant said, I am king cause I'm strong. The giraffe said, I am king cause my neck is long.
So we're going to be using about 1 cup of white onion, 2 cloves of garlic, and about 1/3 of a cup of shallots.
I'm doubly strong. I'm king of kings, lord of love on this land.
Alright, so now we'll put together the rest of our mise en place. We've got about a 1/2 cup of parsley, 3 green onions diced, and I've taken 2 Scotch bonnet peppers. You can see I've taken out the seeds and cut off the tops. We're just going to dice these guys up nice and finely. We want them cut small because we want them to be all throughout the dish, but we don't want to use too much because they are a little bit on the hot side. They will leave a beautiful flavor all through the dish, and it'll definitely give it a bit of heat, which it'll definitely give it that Jamaican Jerk Chicken flavor. Alright, so we got everything that we need to do beforehand together. We're going to start mixing up the marinade. We're going to start with 3/4 teaspoons each of black pepper, dry sage, sometimes the sage gets a little stuck together, and 3/4 teaspoon of red cayenne pepper. We're also going to do about 3/4 of a teaspoon each of ground cinnamon and ground nutmeg. Now we're going to use 1 tablespoon each of ground Jamaican allspice, which is going to be a big piece of the flavor that's going to be going into this, as well as about a big teaspoon's worth of ground thyme. We're also going to throw in just a little bit of sea salt, just to help kick up the flavor. Plus we're going to be using our parsley, green onions, and Scotch bonnet peppers. We're going to be throwing that right in, as well as our onions, garlic, and shallots. To that we're going to be adding 3/4 of a cup of orange juice, as well as 3/4 of a cup of white vinegar, and about a 1/2 cup extra virgin olive oil, and about 1/2 cup of soy sauce. And then we're going to take 1 lime, juice it fresh right into there. And top it off with about 1 tablespoon of sugar. Alright, I'm going to be doing 3 chicken breasts today. So what you're going to do is go through, trim off all the fat and connective tissue, and you're going to want to make small holes like throughout the chicken, like little pockets, because once we put it into the marinade, we're going to want to get some of the onions and the pepper and all the herbs to kind of sit into the chicken while it's going to be smoking on the grill. So once you've got your 3 breasts together, take your marinade that you put together. You just want to whisk it together so it's nice and uniform. You can already tell, once you start stirring it up, the smell is absolutely fantastic. But once you have that well mixed, just get your chicken right into it, and you're just going to want to start working it through, and just kind of see with your hands and start pushing things into those little pockets you created. Because we're just going to be letting this sit for about at least an hour in the fridge, if not longer. If you've got the time, the longer it sits, the more flavor it's going to soak up. Once you've got that situated, you want to let it cover, get it into the fridge, and we'll pick up from there. Alright, so we've let our chicken marinate overnight. We got the grill nice and hot. charcoals are nice and red and smoldering. I'm just going to put this chicken right on. We're going to scoop up some of these veggies to make sure that everything's nice and covered. There's going to be a lot of good flavor in this. We're going to let these cook for about 6 minutes on each side. After 6 minutes, we're going to flip them, give them another 6, and we'll be ready to go. Alright, it's been about 6 minutes. We're going to flip these guys over and give them another 6. Man, that sizzle just sounds good. You for sure don't want to overcook these. You want to keep your chicken moist and flavorful. You want to take a little bit of your leftover sauce, just get a little bit more on top. You're going to have a really nice, rich, tasty chicken. This chicken's nice, white, and cooked all the way through, and incredibly moist and flavorful. Alright, so you've given our chicken about 6 minutes to cook on the other side, and you can just tell, getting a spatula into it, that this is white, this is cooked, this is moist chicken. Just don't want to take this, pop it on a plate, we're going to run inside and show you how you can finish it off. Alright, so now that you've got your chicken done and you've brought it back in, we're going to take your leftover jerk sauce and we're going to put this on high heat and let it boil for a little bit. It's going to make for a great finishing sauce to eat it with. Or if you want to go the other route and make yourself a Trojan Club, get yourself a pan hot with a little bit of butter. We're going to take a nice pressed down, flatten half of the plantain, put that right in there. We're going to start dressing this sandwich up real pretty in just a moment. Alright, so your jerk sauce, once it's been sitting in a nice boil for a while, you just want to remove that from heat, put it into a bowl. You just want to make sure you cook it enough because it had all that raw chicken in there. This will be a wonderful way to top off your chicken. Or if you want to go the Trojan Club route, once you get a nice fried plantain, you can take it, you can start making a really good sandwich with it. That's what we're going to start with now. Alright, so I've toasted and flattened out a piece of bread. If you've ever had a Puerto Rican or Cuban sandwich, you see that's a common thread. Get a little butter, grill it, kind of press it down. Makes for a really nice texture and easy to handle. We're going to take some of our chicken, we're going to slice it down, and on top of this bread we've also got this beautiful fried plantain. It's going to have a nice flavor to it. It's going to be very reminiscent of a Puerto Rican jibarito sandwich. We're just going to pile our chicken right on here. We're also going to take a little bit of bacon because, let's face it, it's hard to make a good sandwich without bacon. Throw some of that on, a little bit of tomato. And then just depending as to how your tastes run, you can either top it with coleslaw, give it more of an Eastern Carolina sort of flair, or I've also made up a little bit of chipotle mayonnaise, which will give a little bit of extra heat, but it'll complement very nicely off of the jerk flavoring with a completely different sort of heat. But we can top this, slice it down, you've got yourself a wonderful quick eat, and call it, So the end result of all this work, about the tastiest sandwich you can get your hands on, the Trojan Club. It's the Desmond Double Dekker Jamaican Jerk Chicken, the fried plantain, bacon, tomatoes, and a little bit of coleslaw and a pressed grilled roll. Bon appetit and enjoy. Oi oi, this is Eddie, the Trojan Chef. Thanks for watching.
You think I never see you when you accidentally pull me. Say I make your puppy a bitter.